starting the week off with it's a challenge that was set down for June, and it is drawn on the 1st of July 2022, and it was set down by Crazy Craft Obsessions, and I'll have the link to their competition, their scrap challenge, however you want to word it, in the description if you want to play along. And it's following a sketch by Shamel. And I don't have the picture inserted in the video because I don't know why I didn't do it. I completely forgot. However, I will have the picture on my Facebook. I will have it in my Instagram, and I will also have the link to the picture, the sketch that we were running with. Now, the sketch is also called Sketch 27040713, so it's a pretty old one. But I thought it was so simple, I had to give it a go. Something to do, something different. So I thought I'd follow it. I have to say, I really struggle following sketches. I really do. I sort of wanted to do a couple and see how I am with it. It's really not my forte. Hey, honestly, it really isn't. I struggle to follow a sketch. I am much better and I work in a much more fluid way if I just do my own page. So, that being said, I really like how this page turned out. I'm scrapping a couple of photos of my youngest daughter being an absolute clown that she is. She's been a clown since the day she was born. I kid you not. So she heard my mobile phone ring and she was in the back of the car. And obviously this is going back years ago. And she decided to answer the phone with her foot. So that was quite hilarious. And she was talking away on the phone, gibberish, as babies do. And I managed to get a photo of her doing it, which was pretty funny. And down below, same child, I wanted to feel if her teeth were coming through, blah, blah, blah. And she decided to bite my finger. Lovely child. And she cackled away about it. She thought that was most amusing. So what I'm doing is I'm using a 49th and Market. It's one of their new Spectrum SHERBET papers, and it's called Painted Foundations, and it's rainbow. There is an item number here, SS36196. I'll put that in the description. I think I actually bought this paper from Crazy Craft Obsessions as well, believe it or not. They have a store, so pop over there and have a look and see if there's anything that you like. They've actually got a bit of a discount going on at the moment, which is pretty good. No kickback, no affiliates, just letting you know. I think they've got 30% off still running at the moment at the point of this video, which is the 13th of June 2022 Australian time. So I'm just going around. I was playing around with my die cut machine, and I got some different dies, and I got some from overseas, and they were like $2. So I'm sure you all know where I got those from. And I was just having a play to see how. So these ones that I'm going around, they're actually a Kaiser Craft die, and I picked those up off somebody else, and they're pretty good. They actually cut out nice and crisp. The other ones that have the stitching on them, not so crisp. So I have to continue to play with, maybe I need an extra sheet of cardstock in my die cutting machine, and that might give me a cleaner cut maybe. But I'm not losing sleep over it. It's okay. I will get to those when I get to those. I actually ordered a stack of different shapes, and they were nice and small, So they're ones that I can use for accent pieces on pages. So, because I quite like doing stuff like this where, you know, the stars, you've got your mixed media in the background, but your stars kind of pop off the page. Now, I am going around these with my black, thick, broad POSCA pen. It is, let me have a look. It is 0.9 to 1.3 millimeter. It's a bullet tip. And I find if I want to just get a nice thick painted line, my POSCA pens, I just love them, honestly. They might cost a tiny bit more, but I tell you what, I absolutely love them. And because they're paint, once they go on, they're dried. And I like the fact that they're matte. When they dry, they're matte. Whereas when I use my gel pens, like my Uniball, Signo, etc., that doesn't dry matte. My black one, it doesn't dry matte. Obviously, the gold is metallic, and the white, I'm having a love-hate relationship with my white ones at the moment. For some reason, they just don't want to flow. I don't know if that's because it's cold in Queensland at the moment, or if I just haven't used them enough recently that they just don't want to roll. I'm not sure, but I will endeavour to persevere. Speaking of persevering, did you catch my last video that I popped up? And it was me playing with a whole heap of different mediums along with my new mica powders. Now, something I'm going to do later this week, and it'll only be a really short, I'll put it in with the reviews. I'm actually going to have a bit of a play with the mica powders in the spray, because I did do it in the last video and I really wasn't happy with the result. The spray was beautiful, the mica was beautiful, it all worked, but once it dried, there was nothing holding the mica powder to the page. So I've done a little bit of research and I'm going to try something that I found and see if that works a bit better. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And what have we got here? So this is where my letters. So the letters that I'm putting on here are thickers and they're called hardcover. These were in a throw-out bin forever ago. Probably, I'm going to say maybe 2 years ago. Yep. Yeah, probably 2 years ago. And I love a neutral letter color. So black or white, you can make it the color that you want. You can gloss it, you can emboss it, you can do whatever you want with it. And these ones are actually on like a thick hard cardstock. So they're chipboard. They're not flexible and they're not foam. So they're really good. I'm glad I sped this up 2 times, because I tell you what, I actually did this entire layout, had the whole thing done in 31 minutes. So it's not a hard layout to copy. If you want to copy it, be my guest. Swap the stars for hearts. Swap the thickers for handwriting. Swap the thickers for if you've got a Cricut or die cutting machine. Punch them out. That could work too. I did it. I wanted to do just a quick power scrap. I hadn't been in my craft room for 2 days because it was my birthday last week. And my mum and dad took me out for lunch, which was really nice, to a new place out at Woodford, if you're in this area. It's called Graze and Grill, I think it's called, the place that we went to. Wow. All I can say is, wow. Did it? It was the best lunch that I've had in quite a while. Grind and Graze and Co. it's called. And it's out at Woodford. So if you're in my area and you're looking for somewhere to go, I think they're like they open at like 5 a.m. It's pretty cool. But I had the most beautiful brisket and American. I've never had American cheese before. Gotta say, it was pretty tasty, and it was all grilled on sourdough. Oh, it was beautiful. Just saying. Um, so here I am going around. I've gone over my letters with gold Posca pen just to add a little bit of gold, and then I do some gold splatters, and then that is it. Now, as per usual, I do my journaling afterwards, but I intend to do my journaling in that bottom right hand corner. So see how it looks a little bit blank? Quite often, people who watch my pages or watch my channel comment and say, why is it blank? It stays blank because that's where I put my writing. So I actually did my journaling in my black Uniball Signo broad pen. No, that's not what it's called. Man, I'm making up names today. It's called Uniball Gel Impact. That's what it's called. It looks like my Uniball Signo. That's why I call it that. And it's a 1.0 millimeter. So it's, yeah. My black one, my gold one, they flow beautifully, but I'm having issues with my white ones at the moment. So that's okay. So what else can I tell you about today? I ended up going around the inside of the stars with gold as well. Just a quick squiggly, like it's not perfect. Didn't get a ruler out. Didn't make it look all beautiful and symmetrical and blah, blah, blah. I just went along and I think it looks really good. That one big star does look like I could have, if I wasn't doing a power scrap, I probably would have slowed down and gone, maybe do some embossing powder on it. Maybe, oh, you know what would have looked good? If I had have done the ultra thick embossing powder just in clear, that would have looked so good. Oh, and you could have done under some clear embossing powder, you could have done some paint splatters, just some watercolor, some metallic, any of that. Could have put the mica powder underneath it. There's another idea. I'm just throwing ideas out there for you guys. This is what my brain does. This is why I struggle to follow a sketch, because I see it and then I just want to build on it and build on it and build on it. So truthfully, I find it just easier to just do it out of my head. Now what I'm doing here is, yes, I've used black thickers, but I didn't want the black to be too heavy. I've done the black around the border, black around the photos, but I've run the gold pen around. So I decided that I would run the gold Posca pen, which is 0.7 millimeter. So it's not too fine, but it's good. This way I've got a gold letter with a black outline. And because it's a Posca pen and it's paint, it dries on and doesn't move. It's great. So if you're in the market for a new resource that you can use to the death, I mean, I have gone through these pens. I go through them and I replace them and I go through them again and replace them again. They are a quality product. Truly they are. And the result that you get every time is predictable. Guaranteed you get flow from these pens. They are so good. So if you're looking for a new resource and maybe, you've tried different pens, you've bought some cheaper ones, you don't really want to go into the alcohol marker side of things, but you like the pen work that you can do that can make pages pop, go a Posca pen. Grab yourself a couple. Just buy a black, a white, and a gold or a silver, and see what you can do with it. You'd be very surprised how much it can make your page pop. So after all that, we're nearly at the end, And I think that's where I stop. No, yeah, I do show you. That's where I'm putting my journaling. And I do, instead of using my gold ink, I use my Kmart. I bought it and I did it in a review. This is the gold paint, water paint from the Kmart palette that I bought that was $3. And I tell you what, go and check out over on Facebook. There it is there. Have a look on Facebook. Have a look on my Instagram. I'll have some photos. Close up of the gold now it's dried. It's a winner. Let me tell you. For $3, it's a winner. Here's the close up. There it all is. You can see where all the paint is. And just added that little extra bit of mixed media because I wanted the metallic. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will chat to you again later. Bye.